Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing fine, and as promised I brought you the first chapter of the 10th grade named as Reflections of Light at Curved Surfaces. I know you people have already studied this chapter about reflections in your 7th grade, 8th grade and also in 9th grade. So I hope all of you might be knowing the meaning of or the definition of reflection, the definition of light, and the curved surfaces is something that is new that you people will be learning and that I am going to teach you. So let's start with what is reflection. If you people can give me in comment the definition of the same, and I will also tell you the reflection is something that is a bouncing back of light from a polished surface is called reflection, and light is a form of energy which enables us to see objects due to reflection. I hope I made these two definitions clear, and this is a new thing that you people might be learning. You might not have heard of it. This is something called curved surfaces. You might have seen Airtel dishes antennas in your home which will be in this shape. Let me zoom it for you. You guys can resemble this as an example of curved surfaces, and I'll tell you how these have been formed, based on what these things work and what are the type of curved surfaces that we have. And also, when you were in 7th, 8th or 9th grade, you might be having some assumptions questions in your mind stating these are the assumption questions which you might be having. The first one says that is the image formed by a bulged surface same as the image formed by a plane mirror? I hope you know what is plane mirror. Plane mirror is something that we look every day and come off. We dress ourselves, we look how do we look before we coming to school, we comb our hair, everything that we do before we coming to school, or we get ready for anything, for an occasion, for a party. That is a plane mirror that we have. And in 8th grade or in 9th grade you might have heard or might have studied about the characteristics of plane mirror that we have, and what kind of image does plane mirror form, what are the rules and the laws of reflections that we have. Everything I'll revise it once again for you with characteristics of plane mirror and what are the characteristics that we will be getting here in the curved surfaces. So let me start. Let me do the refresher of the plane mirror. We have the laws of reflection in plane mirror. I'll tell you how the laws of reflection that we have. So kindly focus here. Before I start, can anyone comment in the comment box, why do we paint the plane mirror from the back? Please start commenting if you people are commenting in the group, and also I will make sure that whatsoever you people are doing in the group or whatsoever you people are commenting in the group, I will check it further and I will give you appreciation for the same. Why do we paint this from the back? Now coming to the laws of reflection. First, we have something drawn from top to bottom making 90 degree to the base. This is nothing but a normal line. In maths you might have learned what is normal line. Normal line is a line which has been drawn from top to bottom to the base making 90 degree to the base. This is a sign of 90 degree. It is a normal line. Let me label it for you guys. This is normal, which is making 90 degree to the base. Now over here we have something called incident ray. If we have an incident ray, again we'll have something which will get reflected. The one which is getting reflected is called reflected ray. And the one which is coming from infinity is called incident ray. Now, what are the laws of reflection that we have? The first one says that the angle at which incident ray strike the mirror and the angle at which after striking reflected ray get reflected is same, which means angle I is equal to angle R. And the second one, the second law that we have is the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal, all the three lines whatever we have, all the rays that we have will lie on the same plane, will lie on the same plane. This is the second law that we have. These are the two laws that we have, and I hope you guys have memorized it, whatever has been taught in the 8th grade and 9th grade. This is the laws of reflection that we have. Now moving on to the curved surfaces. Now what do you mean by curved surfaces? Every day you might be eating food, something with spoon. With spoon you might be eating it. Now spoon is the place from where we carry food, that is inwards, and the one which is at the back, that is outward. Now how do we define curved surfaces? Now curved surfaces, the idea of curved surfaces has come from, let's say this is a circle. This is a circle. Now if I'll divide this circle into two parts, now this has been divided. I have divided the circle into two parts. Now if I am dividing the circle into two parts, as I have told you, if surface we have and we need reflection from the same, it has to be painted from one of the back, or else, as I've already asked you, why do we paint the plane mirror from the back? If you are not painting the plane mirror from the back, whatever reflection is falling on the same, it will not get reflected. Instead it will get passed through it, because it is a transparent. Instead of, it should get reflected. That's why we paint it from the back, and mostly we use a silver color to show that, because silver color is a greater reflector at it has been called. That's why we paint the plane mirror from the back with silver color. Or no matter, we have curved surfaces also. As I am teaching, this curved surfaces has to be painted from one end, and I'll tell you, this has been categorized into two parts, and there are two types of curved surfaces. One is concave mirror, and the other one is convex mirror. Now curved surfaces has been categorized into two, that is concave mirror and convex mirror. Now what are they? So I told you, this is a circle, this has been divided into two parts. One of them will be painted from one of the end. Let's say this is getting painted from here. If this curved surface is getting painted from this end, which means it will get, if any light is falling like this, it will get reflected like this, because it has been painted from there. Now this is called concave mirror. Now same thing, if we have same if the other half has been painted from here, from inside, this is called convex mirror. Now in convex mirror, this mirror is also called diverging mirror. This mirror is called converging mirror. Now further you will learn why do we call this as the converging mirror, why do we call this as diverging mirror. Let me label this. This is convex, this is concave, this is convex mirror, this is concave mirror. I hope I made it clear till here what is what. Now when I'll teach you further, you'll get to know where do we use this, what are the applications of concave mirror and convex mirror. We have it in our daily life, and also what are the places where do we use this, what are the uses of the same, where and what are the importance of these concave mirror and convex mirror in our life. Everything you'll get to know, because this is one of the part of physics, and you know that physics is related to our day-to-day life, and this is related everywhere. That's why. So starting further, this is the chapter you have in your 10th grade, that is SSC syllabus, and I told you that these are the assumption question that you might be having. Is the image formed by the bulge surface? That is, I just told you that concave mirror and convex mirror have same characteristics as plane mirror. No, but it has a different characteristics. Everything you will get to know one by one, and these are the sample questions. Is the mirror used in automobiles as plane mirror? You will get to know, you will be able to answer all these sample questions when I'll teach you further. Again, the next question we have, can we focus the sunlight at a point using mirror instead of magnifying glass? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. You will get to know this again in the next coming sessions. So the last one is, are the angle of reflection and the angle of incident also equal for reflection by curved surfaces? Yes. The angle of reflection, angle of incidence and angle of reflection stays and remains same, as we have already studied for the laws of reflections for the plane mirror. Now you have something which is coming up which says reflection of light by spherical mirrors. As I just told you that, let's say this is a concave mirror wherein this has been painted from one end. This has been painted from one end. Now, do you think, I just told you, let's say one ray of light is coming from here. One ray of light is coming from here. Now, after reflection, it will get reflected like this. No matter how many ray of light are coming. This is only one ray of light that I have drawn. No matter, it can come from below also. The arrow in this direction shows that incident ray is coming, and over here it is striking the mirror. At this point it is striking the mirror, and after striking it is getting reflected. After striking it is getting reflected. Now, concave mirror is also called as converging mirror. Why do we call that? Because all the reflected ray in concave mirror gets pointed and meet at one place. Meet at one place. What kind of ray meets? Reflected ray meets. That's why we call this as converging mirror, because all the points, all the reflected ray in concave mirror will come and meet at one point. And what do we call that point? I'll teach you further. Now there is a diagram which has been explained. There is a diagram which has been drawn in your book stating that is figure 1A, figure 1B, figure 1C. Now what is this? I have just explained you there is something called normal. Let's say a parallel line we have. Let's say this is a book or a hand I have. Now imagine I have nails which has been nailed it perpendicular to the same. Imagine this is one nail I have. Imagine these kind of nail which has been nailed it in my hand, and this is a horizontal surface. Now there are 7 to 8 nails which has been nailed it over here. Now imagine if this surface, now it is straight the way it has been shown over here. Now if it is getting tilted towards like this and towards like this, don't you think you'll get an image something like this? You will get it. If you want, you can draw it, or if you want, you can experience this by your own. You can do it in your cardboard. You can place 2-3 sticks in one of the horizontal thing and try to tilt it like this and tilt it like this. You will see that when you are tilting that cardboard, wherever you have nailed the nails inwards, all the nails which has been nailed it perpendicular to the base will meet at one point like this. Will meet at one point like this. So now we have something that you will learn it further, that I have just told you, that this resembles convex mirror, this resembles concave mirror, because as you can see that all the normal line are inclined towards one, are meeting at one point. How it is meeting? Let me show you. It is meeting, yeah, it is meeting over here. Let's say it is meeting at one point. It is meeting at one point, but over here when you see all these normal lines are getting diverged, but their reflection will meet at one point. If we'll further drag the reflected ray by the convex mirror, will meet at one point. That's why this is called diverging mirror and this is called converging mirror. I have showed you by drawing the diagram also. I will draw the diagram once again for the convex mirror, and I'll show you how the ray of light after getting reflected get diverged. See here, let's say this is a sorry once again. So let me draw this for you once again. Let's say this, we have convex mirror, and a ray of light, suppose ray of light is coming from here. This is a ray of light that is called incident ray, and when it comes from here, it will get diverged like this. This happens only in convex mirror. No matter how many lights are coming, each light will get diverged. That's why this is called diverging mirror. This is called diverging mirror. Now if I want to collide, this is reflected ray, it will leave you in, if you drag this reflected ray, it will meet at one point. All the reflected ray will meet at one point. Now this is, as I told you, this is getting diverged. Whenever you strike the mirror after getting reflection, it will get diverged. The reflected ray is getting diverged. But if we are dragging this reflected ray to further inside this convex mirror, then will meet at one point. Then this will meet at one point. Now what do we call this at this point? We'll get to know further. Now moving ahead, can anyone tell me what do you mean by tangent? You might have learned this in your 9th grade. This is from the circles. Tangent is a line which has been drawn to a circle which makes 90 degree with radius. Now how it does is, see over here. This is a circle. This line is meeting the circle at one point. So tangent can also be called as a line which meets the circle at one point, and at that point it makes 90 degree to the radius. Now this is making 90 degree to the radius. Now why am I teaching this? Now this is totally relevant to the next thing which I'll teach you. Now this is relevant to the next thing that I'll teach you. Now I have already told you what is normal. Now let's say, let me zoom this for you. Can anyone comment in the comment box what kind of mirror is this? I have just taught you. Can anyone comment in the comment box what kind of mirror is this? Whether it is concave or convex. I'll surely check your comment, whatever you people have done it. Now moving ahead, I told you that I have just given you the definition of normal. Now imagine this is a straight line. A line which has been drawn perpendicular to the base. Imagine this is a base and this has been drawn perpendicular to it. Now this is a concave mirror. We have a line, suppose we have one line which is coming from incident. Let's say this is a incident ray. Let's say this is a incident ray. Incident ray is nothing but a ray of light which is coming from nowhere and striking the mirror. As you have studied in plane mirror, we have, it will make angle I, that is angle of incidence, and we have again something that will get reflected, and we will have angle R. Now the line which has been drawn from the middle making 90 degree to this base is called normal. As you have studied this, and I have also explained you in the starting the laws of reflection. Now this is the normal. Suppose this is a concave mirror. Any normal line, how much ever ray of light is coming, and whatever the normal line that is getting, suppose this is a ray of light that is coming, it will have its one ray that will be normal, and the other line that I have, this will also have one normal line. This line can be drawn on the top and can have from the below too. Now this will have its own reflection. This will also have its own reflection like this, and this will also have its own reflection like this. Now if I'll draw the normal line for these, all the normal line of all the ray whatever is coming from the infinity will meet at one point. This is this point, this is that point. This point where all the normal line meets is called center of curvature, This is called center of curvature. That is represented by letter C. If you want, this is looking a bit clumsy. I will draw it for you over here, and I'll show you again. Let me draw this. Now, as I told you, this is a ray of light which is coming from infinity. This is a ray of light which is getting reflected. I am drawing the normal. I am drawing in a dotted form. Now I have one more ray of light which is from the below. And I have drawn one more. Sorry. I have drawn one more, this is a reflected ray for this. The normal will go like this, and it will meet at one point. This is called C. Now this is only the two ray of diagrams that I have. If howsoever and how many incident ray that is coming, it will meet, all the normal light will meet at one point, that is called center of curvature. I hope I made it clear. Now the other thing that I have, that is called pole. Pole is defined as the geometric center of this mirror. This is concave mirror or convex mirror. Wherever both of them will have pole. Now this is called, pole is defined as the geometric center of concave mirror or convex mirror. Now normal line, pole and center of curvature lies on one horizontal line. Normal line, pole and center of curvature lies on one horizontal line. This line, the big line that you can see is called principal axis. called principal axis. This line, the horizontal line which has been drawn from the center of the mirror, and it contains all the 3 points that you have, that is normal, the pole and the center of curvature. This line is called principal axis. And this is what has been explained over here. This is what has been explained over here in the same diagram that I have explained you, that this is a ray of light which is coming from infinity. After striking, the reflected ray will go from here. It will make angle of incidence, angle of reflection, and the normal line is meeting at center of curvature. This is for one ray of light. Now, this I am completing it. Till principal axis. In the further class, I will explain you more about this. That's all for today, and thank you so much. Stay tuned for the upcoming classes, and if you have any doubt, any query, kindly post in the group. Please like the video, subscribe it so that we can reach to the most of the people of yours. Thank you so much.